Going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Screw Kenny, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting them tendies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the apes won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon. One day, very soon, gonna wake up on the moon. Brand new yacht and a McDonald's in my living room. Bright yellow Lamborghini, 50-meter swimming pool. Champagne every day, hey fam, what you do? Wanna hang, wanna chill? Oh, you got a mansion too? Oh, that's right, held on tight, jack titties every night. We was in way back when they tried to drop it down to 10. And just couldn't comprehend, Ace was strong until the end. Now let's retell it, Citadel they be sweating. Had enough of these felons, but the Ace we rebelling. Cause we never be selling till we send it to heaven. Now we be out here yelling, hey screw you Kenny. Bought my wife a minivan to share with the boyfriend, but I pull up in the Benz plate saying all of crayons. Going on an airplane, don't think we'll be back again. Celebrating every day like it's your birthday. Screw Kenny cause we're holding on for dear life, getting them tendies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the Ace won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon. Holding on for dear life, getting them tendies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the Ace won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon. Today's expectation, probably more manipulation. FUD, a creation of a crooked operation. Bought more while it was low, got more dips than Trader Joe's. Oh, you thought that we'd let go? What the hell you take us for? If you spend your last dollar on bananas while living in squalor, we don't claim to be scholars. We the smooth brain dummies and we never stood taller. Yeah, we do this for love and we do this for honor. Apollo 11 ain't got nothing on us. We the planet of the apes and in MOS we trust. MOASS, oh hell yes. Gonna send it into space, go fire up the jets. Done my DD, call me Elton John, Rocket Man. This is the way, gonna be gorillionaires. Ground control to Major Tom, we about to have liftoff. Call us Neil Armstrong, gonna keep holding on. Screw Kenny cause we're holding on for dear life, getting them tendies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the Ace won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon. Screw Kenny cause we're holding on for dear life, getting them tendies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the Ace won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon.
Knew why I memorized that song from so many years ago. It's because GameStop one day was going to buy the damn thing. Oh, you don't know about GameStop and eBay? I mean, that's what everybody's talking about. That's what everybody's saying. The whole world's talking about it. I wonder why they're talking about it. Oh, yeah, they heard it somewhere. There was this channel. I forgot what it was called. Maybe you can tell them.
Welcome to Marantz Rantz, no advice on finance. Spin the wheel and take a chance. Get an NFT and a little education. The system got undertow, that knowledge is flotation. You wanna learn? Well, you came to right place. You pumping AMC, might get slapped in the face. Get your due diligence, know who the villain is. Don't be a sheep when the shepherd's carnivorous. So come learn, laugh, and maybe you win big. And listen up, y'all, the wheel is not rigged. Everybody get a chance in the live chat. Kyoto spin wheel, you win just like that. Retail fight pack and this retail winning. Y'all just wait, man, this is just the beginning. All fellow simians, GME group singing the truth. We just chillin', infinity pool swimming. So welcome to Marantz Rantz. A lot of knowledge but no advice on finance. Don't even need pants, you can tune in naked like Kenny the Mayo Man. Internet's most hated. Don't wanna lose your money, then it's time for you to listen. If you're ignorant, invest in AMC or Superposition. The stream about ready, they told us to don't dance. I do what I want. Welcome to Marantz Rantz. 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 Welcome to Marantz Rantz.
I listen to that song like once a day, just to get my mind right. It motivates me. But hopefully your mind's right. You're ready. Welcome back. Welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, whole lot of truth, no financial advice. The whole lot of truth part, really touching some angles today. Let me ask you guys something. Have you ever applied for a position at work or a promotion and you knew you weren't going to get it? Like you already knew the outcome, but you did it anyway. Like if you're walking into meetings and you're going to business meeting and you're just agreeing and you're smiling and you're saying, okay, this is going to happen for me. Well, the truth is, you know, it's not going to today. Like that's the type of attitude a lot of us have when we're building things in silence and in dark. I tell you the parallels I have with this channel and the GameStop info that's been coming out and the way we build GameStop or the way it's been invested into. But I look at Wall Street. I look at, I guess we can go private equity. Some people think it's a buzzword and it's not. It's just, here's what it is. Private equity invests money into companies, depletes them from within, and maximizes their profits and they exit, right? So it's not productive for the actual investor, so you wouldn't necessarily get with it. But we're going to talk about redemptions, but we're also going to talk about what we call control versus creativity. When you think about GameStop, just think of a company that has full creativity at their tips. They're not controlled. They're not doing these things that corporate America would have you do, what they say it's worth or whatever they get value from. They're not doing those things. So when you can understand that people, outside influences, stock bros, I'll give you the case in point. I don't know if you guys saw the entry by Charlie Gasparino today. Charles Gasparino, who's a financial reporter, some type of whatever the hell he wants to be. I don't know. Just he goes with the trend, right? And if you're going with things that are trendy, and if you go with the things that like when people say, well, GameStop has a great earnings report. And what do you do to that? You clap. You clap. You announce. You cheer. The applause is a small moment in time. In investing, remember that people get excited for these small periods of time where they're announcing big, acquisitions and great just operations and profits and earnings, and everyone waits for that quarterly report to give you a temporary cheer, a temporary applause. But what you really have to buy into is, am I still allowed to be creative, or am I controlled? Is there still a path that I'm going with this investment of mine? That's where you have to give value. No, there's this premium that's being paid right now to somebody. I'll give you the case in point, Berkshire Hathaway. I don't know if you guys know about their company, but Mr. Abel's in charge now. And as he comes in, he's not Warren Buffett. You were given the Warren Buffett premium if you were a part of that company, and it's slowly burning off. No matter how much money you think you made for the quarter, you don't get the premium. Right now, there's a premium for Elon Musk. If you guys are not familiar, there's that premium. There's not the Jeff Bezos premium anymore over at Amazon. But think about what's happening for GameStop. GameStop has not given a premium yet because what people are trying to do is make GameStop fit their mold of how they do investing. That's the limitation. That's where people put limits on you. The more you fit mold, just understand that's just limiting what you already will do, can do moving forward. The creativity of GameStop and the bonds and everything that they're offering, all these things, warrants, bonds, share offerings, and then the dynamic of investing and partnering up with other companies, those are all things that are creative. There's no limit here. We're not doing it in the structure they want us to. The whole thing was, well, GameStop's going to buy Bitcoin and they're going to be like MicroStrategies. And Ryan comes out and goes, that's GameStop's plan is what we're going to do. We're going to do anybody else's plan. But the part about doing the plan and the part about executing in the plan is this. This is something that you'll hear from now and then. It says, talent gets you noticed. Consistency keeps you dangerous. And you see, we can all be talented and we can all get noticed for our talent that you run fast, you jump high, but do you work at it constantly? Are you constantly in the lab? Are you getting better at what you do? Are you perfecting your craft? When you think about GameStop and the earnings that they do and what we do even here, I think about it all the time, right? Why do you show up every day? Because I got to be on my craft. I got to get sharp. I got to make sure that I stay dangerous with the info. And I want you to do the same. As you're a constant investor and you're a constant DD grabber, like you go out there, you go grab this DD, right? You're like, okay, I need to get this due diligence for the investments I'm making. You guys have to make sure that you're sitting at that table and that while you sit there and you sit in silence, Ryan Cohen, I know that's you. You're sitting there with creativity. You're sitting there with silence, with no rush, with no trends, with no fanfare. No one believes in your story. No one believes in your build. I'm the guy who knows this life. But everyone has that story. Everyone has to sit there with their own silence and their own doubt on their investment, on their career, on their family, on their relationships. You might sit there in silence, but that doubt and that uncertainty actually builds something. It builds who you are, where you're headed. A lot of us know this. A lot of us, I'm not saying anything brand new that you haven't heard before. But if you can sit there with your silence and you can sit there with your doubt, you get to sit there with your growth. Your growth is the difference. Because as you continue to grow this company, your identity, your investment style, you yourself as a parent, as a father, as a man, or as a woman and a wife, this investment called GameStop has changed your life. And that's what I want you guys to know. What you're getting ready for this week, this month, this year. Everyone's living in the moment. Now, I don't want the applause of a great quarter. I don't want the applause of, hey, you were right. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the other end of the table. I'm looking to tell everyone and everything that all of these years put in is just a moment to be dangerous when everybody writes you off. Everybody has doubters. Everybody has haters. I think about it often. I do. I see all these announcements that come out, and then I think about like all the fake support. Like I got guys in the chat right now, and somebody called it out. I don't know who said it in the chat. They go, man, there's a lot of gray names out here. A lot of gray names. Like that's fake support, right? You come support the channel and the movement and GameStop, Team 51. You come support us when the stock's up, when it makes you feel good, when it's around earnings time. You come around every quarter, watch a video. You do all of that. Now, you know what I've learned? That if you're not willing to ride or die, you're not willing to go with it, it's only a 5-year window. It's like if you called somebody for an interview, right? You call me and say, hey, I got this interview for you on Thursday at 4:30. Do you think you can make it? And then they go, I actually have plans. I really can. You go, okay, no problem. Well, I'll put you in the next group. You know what that really means? It means that you weren't hungry enough for it. You weren't really ready for it. You weren't ready for this opportunity that could change your life. So are you going to be able to hold for 5 years? Yeah. Are you going to be able to make a meeting in the next 2 days? Yeah, maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe it wasn't meant for you. So many times in investing, a lot of people do this. They try to harvest seeds that other people plant and watered. Think it through. You get to plant the seed, you get to water the seed, and then you should be able to harvest it. And what happens? Somebody else tries to come in and skate on you and take the idea or get the clout for it. I was sitting there. And I was thinking about, and I'm reading the chat too as you guys go. I was thinking about why some people get upset with branding and identity and ideas. And if you guys are not familiar, there was this guy back in the day. His name was the Milkman. And somewhere in there, the Milkman became the enemy because the Milkman would steal your woman. He would steal all your hard work because he'd go door to door looking for you. Looking for an opportunity to say, do you need some milk? Right? The identity was, got milk? The identity was, this is what you need, milk crates. Why do I say it that way? Because there's a lot of milkmen out here. A lot of them. When it comes to finance, when it comes to investing and educating, and I'm just letting you guys know now. It doesn't do a body good. It doesn't make your bones stronger. It's not got milk. It's none of that. Those are all just slogans and brands. It's just marketing. Half of the entertainers and marketers on YouTube, on TikTok, on Twitter get paid affiliate links for what they do. They make money and they have influence, and that money that they make, they use that on their trades and their investments. It's not the other way. I was dealing with Moo for a long time. Moo was pursuing me and you as an investor for the channel. Moo offered $90 a person that would sign up for the account if I could get them to sign up for the Moo app. All you got to do is make a video, produce it, promote it, talk it out. You're going to get at least 200 people to do it. You'll make $20,000, $18,000. When at least 200, they don't care. They don't care that it's probably going to ruin people's lives the way they invest. And maybe there's a clearing firm that's behind it all, like Apex. And maybe it's just not the app that you would want to do. But it's up to me to walk you there. And I was going to get paid $18,000. I said, nah, I'm good. Think about it. You have all these affiliates, you have all these things that you can do. But as a promoter of stock, people go out there and say, promoter of finance, education, people say, you know what? Just go ahead and promote this one stock. Don't worry, you're going to make money. Doesn't matter if everybody loses. Who cares? You don't even know these people. You have no emotional connection to any one part of your channel. You don't even know them personally. That's how it promotes. That's how it gets approached to you. All the moderators for this channel know because I send them the emails. I go, yo, check this guy out. I stopped sending them after a while, but I mean, I at least send around 20 to 30. I get them every month. Marantz, you want to partner up? Marantz, you want to do this? No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Just enough investors to try to get you guys to step outside of your zone. When you see the milkman, when you see Jackie De La Grift, when you see Tony De Niro, when you see the other people trying to disguise themselves, remember that they have no emotional connection to anyone in their crew, in their crowd. Everyone's faceless, including themselves. They use fake names. They use fake personas. And they give you the information that they feel you should consume rather than the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help you God. I want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So we're going to talk about the truth today. We're going to go over some things happening right now on the stock market. Things that I've already said would happen are officially happening. It's kind of funny, huh? It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. They can't easily hide. Right here. This was in the Discord earlier. This is also all over the internet right now. Blackstone, the world's largest private equity firm, is allowing redemptions from their private credit fund, their flagship fund. They're allowing 8% to be redeemed. Now, right here, Blackstone's flagship private credit fund hit with a wave of redemptions. Investors pull out $1.7 billion out of the vehicle over the first quarter as industry strains intensify. You know exactly what happened with Blue Owl, now Blackstone. Guys, if you're paying attention to this, this is the whole idea of private equity having a general partner, a person that's in charge of all the money. All of the limited partners, the LPs, they put in money into this pot, and this pot is invested for 10 years, 15 years, 7 years, 6 years, whatever they agree to. And they're going to go invest all this money. And this money that they're investing is a guaranteed return of 30% a year, 20% a year, some double-digit return every year. This is not free money. This is going to be very risky investments. But they're absolutely correct. You cannot lose when you go with private equity because the setup is that private equity will do a business to private equity. And they just help each other out. And why do they help each other out and pay more for the last project? Because they make money off the fees. The bigger the deal, the bigger the investment, the more they get. They get 2 and 20. They get 2% for managing the fund. They get 20% of all profits. And there's always profits because everyone's willing to pay a little more. And why? Because they're protected on the backside. They have other funds for all of the asset stripping they do, and they do everything peer-to-peer. I've shown this to you time and time again. Now, redemption requests from $82 billion fund at Blackstone started. And what did they do? They took out 8%. 8% is what they're taking out. Now, there's $2 trillion in private credit across the world. This is one fund, and this one fund just happens to be one of the biggest funds out there and their biggest fund. So the commitments and the redemptions are coming out. But it says they are the first major fund to report quarterly redemptions with similar vehicles run by rivals as Ares, Apollo, Blue Owl, and of course another HPS investment via BlackRock. Guys, This is not looking good. Given the higher than average fee rates generated from these products, as well as the quarterly performance fees included within, though the flow profile of these funds is critical. That's exactly right. They can take in all the money in the world. It's what you call, it's just bleeding right out the backside. It's all that's happening at Blackstone, and this is happening everywhere. Blackstone faces a record redemption request from credit fund. That's right, 7.9%. It is not good. Blackstone right here attracts capital again after years of outflows. So at the same time, years of outflows, and then they say, hey, they're getting more money. In late 2022 and 2023, they faced heavy redemption requests as interest rates climbed. What do you think they did? They denied the rates, the redemption rates. They limit you on how much you can actually pull out. Okay? They're making me do this. I don't even want to do that part. We're good. So right here, when do the gates close? When do they force you to not do it anymore? Eclipsing the 5% threshold that allows private investment group to limit payouts to withdrawing investors. Everybody wants their money out of private equity right now. And when the largest guys in the world say they're out, it should tell you something. This would be my red flag. When the CEO right here, Blackstone CEO, took home $1.2 billion last year after admitting he went max everything in his career to the point of burning off his nerve endings. Yeah, no. All he did was take the biggest payday ever while everything is pumped. The whole market's pumped, and he made $1.2 billion just taking money from people. Wall Street hit by UK mortgage lender collapse, raising fears of more credit cockroaches. Yeah, a lot of people are giving out credit, and they're doing it via multiple lenders for one set of collateral. If you don't understand what that means, we're going to go over that in a minute. But these redemptions are real. So right here, last week, Blackstone Real Estate Income Trust announced that it was not going to honor redemption requests from investors in excess of 2% per month, 5% per quarter. In response, Blackstone stock fell 7% the first day and another 7% the following week. That all happened the last 2 weeks, guys. If you're not familiar, everything is tanking at Blackstone. And why? The CEO's making $1.2 billion, and all their investors are getting back absolutely nothing. They're getting rocked. These guys are going to have to sell off assets and pick up that 8% that they're trying to give away. Is 8% make it or break it for a lot of people? Nope, it's not. It's just a lack of confidence. So if there's a lack of confidence in private credit, by the way, not my credit, right there, 60,140 in GameStop. I'm doing great. I feel good about it. But I hope you guys are paying attention to the whole thing. There's other investments to look at. It says, Marantz, thank you for staying so pure so we could still be here. Team 51 is one solid bunch. Yeah, you're welcome. I wish people knew. I wish people knew exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to these redemptions and what it really means. It means that they're admitting defeat. That something out there, the unspoken song is that something out there is beating them and that they can't redeem. They know they're an investment upside down on another angle here. And everyone's taking a walk to the park. There's something going on here. And while we're taking redemptions the month of, think about what Donald Trump just said. President Donald Trump, that his event that he's doing in Iran to just throw off anyone from the trail of anything is going to last 3 to 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. Do you know what's in 3 to 4 to 5 weeks? GameStop's earnings report. I know, it's just a coincidence. Don't ever let you think it's something bigger than that. It's just a coincidence. It's probably nothing. Yeah, it's probably nothing. You know what else is probably nothing? I went out there and wow, 20 free memberships for the show. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Shout out to Hot this year, my boy. Hey, Hot, I texted him the other day. You know, I hadn't seen Hot in the channel for a long time, for maybe 2 to 3 months. Hot doesn't type that much, and Chris McShaw, you're welcome for whatever we're doing. But Hot didn't type much, and I know Hot's going through a tough time. I just want to let you know, Hot, what I text you was sincere from a man to man. Every now and then, I go into my phone and I scroll through everybody. And I make sure that I've sent a message within the past year, half year, 3 months, whatever it may be. And if I haven't, I'll text. and I'll say, hey, I'm just checking in on you, see how everything's going, keep it going. And they're probably like, what the hell is this all about? But I told him, and I don't mind saying it out loud to everybody. I say this to you guys. Men should check on other men. It's not a problem. And stop with all the funny shit. I'm telling you, as a man, sometimes men just need another man to say, you know what? Pick yourself up. You're a man. You're going to make it. Everything's going to get great. Some things are tough in life. There's some real testing moments. But if you dial it in and you lock in, then you're going to wake up a better person. So not to put him on the spot in the other way, I'm just saying I love you, brother, and that we're all here for you. And this goes for everyone in the chat. I don't know how many times I've reached out to everybody between myself and Almo, Stacks, Kyoto, Ruben. The list is long. There's Ravenstown. There's enough people here that we know how to approach each other just in the moment, even when it's tough. Okay, and I've got Trove that comes to me every now and then, and vice versa. But don't ever get it confused from the dudes who walked away knowingly and willingly. And there was no push out. Everyone, the door's open, and you want to walk out, you can walk out. You don't need to be a part of this clique. There ain't nobody messing with my clique. I mean, except maybe Urban Outfitters. You guys know Urban Outfitters? You guys even know the investment? I want to talk about them today. Let's see if I can go find them really quick, and I'll show you the chart and everything I'm talking about. Urban Outfitters is trading on a 24-hour market right now, and I want to show you guys something about Urban Outfitters. Okay, this is a private equity investment previously. Urban Outfitters is here, and you see the chart. Okay, that chart had a run, had some gains from the year 2000, and goes bankrupt, does its thing, repairs itself, goes up and down, peak to trough over this monthly chart for I don't even know how long this has been. This has been the peak of 2005 to the decline. This right here was 2020, COVID, and 2022. So as you went sideways for 15 years, you now found value from the lows of 12.28 and 17 all the way to 84. 5x your money from the lows of 2022. That was the high of what it was. What's happening with Urban Outfitters? Anybody know? Anybody want to know? Anybody understand what's really happening? Urban Outfitters went 11 quarters in a row with the decline, and they now have a 4 quarters in a row of increase. Is this a good investment to make? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not in my brain, right? Like it's not there for me. I'm trying to show you guys something, that when private equity has to turn it on and wake up and get the coffers going and get the hedges going against what's running, they all just start running. And maybe they're outperforming the whole world. I mean, that's what they would want you to believe, right? So I haven't even looked at this. I was reading about them the other day, and I knew to bring it up to you guys because I had talked about it once in Connect the Dots. I said, there's no way that these guys came out on the other end and it made sense to anybody. So maybe I missed something. Maybe they're performing at an all-time high now. Now that the fact, and I'm just going to give you this example, okay? And work with me here. Let me explain it to you, okay? They went from 2022, where they were coming in at $17 a share. They are now 5x that, all the way up and to the right, and they're trading from 84 to 65. Okay? 5 times what they were before. Do you think, I'll just say, and for fun, I'll say 4 times. I'm not good at math. Let's just say it's a 400% increase from down here all the way to up here. All right. What do you think they could have done financially that would have supported a 400% increase that other companies are not afforded? Well, let's go look at it. Let's look at the revenue. They're at $6 billion in revenue, $6 billion, and they make $464 million. So I know a company that makes 400-something million, and they're doing it off of $3 billion in sales, not $6 billion. So half the amount, right? Okay, cool. This company, in addition to that, we'll go look at what they've been doing on a quarterly basis. On a quarterly basis, they've had double-digit increases on revenue growth the whole way through. Everybody, revenue growth. Wow, that's a lot. You know, increasing revenue is one thing. Operating income is increasing as well. They have no debt, minimal debt. What do they make per year? They're coming in at $400 million, trailing 12, and consistent $400 million. So what value do you give that? You give that a 400% increase? Awesome. Their gross margin is in the 30s, albeit declining, but it's still good in the 30s. Ops margin at the 8, 7, 10 range. Cool. Profit margin in the 8, 7, 10 range. Got you. With no real cash growth, but it's okay. I'm trying to show you something. These are all mimicking markets. This is all where you want to be, right? Gotcha. Okay. Balance sheet. Let's go to balance sheet. They are sitting on $600 million. So their market cap is $6 billion. They have $600 million. So you would say they're 10 times their cash position and market cap. Hey, you can't do it that way, Marantz. Okay. Are you saying I can't? I'm telling you. They only have $300 million cash, $695 in cash and short-term securities. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. $5 billion in assets with total liabilities at 2.1. Good. When we come down here, you're going to see net cash. They have no cash per share. Absolutely garbage. But for whatever reason, their book value is 31. They're trading at 2 to 3x on book value. This is fundamentals. This is a company that's running. Why? And I ask you why? Why is this company can have growth on market cap, double digits the whole way through on market cap growth? Because they have what other type of growth? Earnings growth? Because they make a profit. That's all it is. They make a profit. They're rolling through. They cleaned it up. Doesn't that sound very familiar? Yet they're afforded from the depths of 2022 all the way to now, they're afforded this yield for what they are. Phenomenal. I found it very peculiar that it's set up this way for them. By the way, I forgot to call this part out. As you go through, let me see, can I get to the other side? Yeah, right down here. Boom. So you go here, and am I going to go this way? Yeah. So 2022, okay, way over here in 2022, where they were like all the way down, what were they making then? The same thing. The same amount of money the whole way through. So is it really increase, net income increases, or did they have decreases here, but they weren't penalized on the decreases for a whole year of decreases just to be increase, and look at the increases, 100%, 50%, 75%, 25%, and now even a decrease here for this year. But yet the stock is up from 14.17 all the way to 85. I'm telling you, I can show it to you a different way, but it doesn't matter. Maybe you guys aren't tracking. Maybe you are tracking. If you are tracking, the point is GameStop has a better sheet. GameStop has a better run going. They've gone from losing $500 million to making $500 million. That's $1 billion swing on profit. Additionally, they have cash of over $9 billion, cash and marketable securities, and Bitcoin, whatever it may be, $9.3 billion. So why is the GameStop trades flat to their assets, and yet they have growth in cash and product and income and profit, but everyone else is tilted to the gills, and they're given these valuations? Anybody want to tell me why that's possible? How that's possible? Maybe I'm wrong. No, I've been wrong before. It's one of those things. You know what I'm not wrong about? Let me go see this really quick. I just want to show you guys something. Let's see if I can get you there. Let's go look at Russell. I don't know if you guys know who Russell is. Russell 2000 right here. IWM that actually tracks the Russell. So it's pretty funny that this is working out this way. So the Russell, even on the daily, is all-time high, 271, and then 261. But these are all-time highs, guys. All-time highs on the whole market is the Russell 2000, okay? Now, if I do versus, and I go S&P, can somebody tell me why they're actually trading below? So the Russell is all the way above and outpacing what the 500 is doing. The broader markets are trading off. That means that the S&P 500 is not keeping up with the Russell 2000. That's exactly what that means. Just if you guys are ever curious on how that's working out, S&P 500 would be the SPY. The SPY had an all-time high and then started curving down. It's actually curving down. People just don't realize it. It's happening right now. So the curve down is happening. Is this the tilting point of the market? Or does it do the unthinkable and win again? The last time it had this top out on the top line, it topped out here like this, curved down, and then hit the ground and then bounced back. That's the dead cat in my mind. But caught some ignite here, and only because Trump comes in and blows off tariffs and does his thing. But that's what you're seeing in the Russell 2000 versus this. You know, the trends of the market remind me a lot of like things that don't matter any longer, almost like handheld cameras, digital cameras, cargo pants, whatever it may be. Trends of the market don't matter. No, the algorithm's a little bit off here. It's because if that were the case, then if the SPY is curving down, then the Russell 2000 should be curving down, and it's not. It's actually peaking and going towards the top. That means that the broader market is holding tight while the S&P is selling off. That's what's really happening. It's just hard to see it every time you look at the charts. So you got to be very careful how you look at charts and study them. That would be the best way to do it. But I hope we all know what's going on. But you're good now. The head of BlackRock is now the head of the WEF. So BlackRock's not the problem, and it never is. I've established all these things a long time ago for everyone to be. You guys got to know who the problem is. It's private credit, whether it be Canadian private credit or American private credit. Private credit found a way to do bad deals and enrich themselves. That's basically it. That's connect the dots. Read it. Read Connect the Dots, guys. Go get the book. We're coming out with the hardback. I have a date with Trove. I think we're going to do it this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. He and I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago where we said we're going to plan it out. So we're doing a hardback cover for you guys, and then we're doing the digital book with the voiceover, so you can get the audio book. We're going to be that's coming up last. So we'll figure all of this out. We will. Just give us time. I work with Trove a lot when I can, when he's available to me. But Trove's been great for the movement, great for Team 51, and that's why we support Trove until the day we drop. Check out his channel, by the way. Trove has a channel called Trove's Island. It's live every day, shows the market, shows GameStop, the stock, the ticker, and that's where people follow it and have some great music playing in the background. And so that's what's been going down with Trove. I want to tell you guys that right now there's this thing going on. Were you guys, I don't know if you guys live this like I did, but there's like significant events that happen in history that have a direct reflect on the markets, and it takes time to play out. The greater financial crisis being one of them, COVID being the current one that's playing out as we speak. The ripple effects of COVID are not felt initially. Right, like people, they see it, the direness, but then they see the pump of the economy, and you know the Fed prints $6 trillion, and then here it starts floating to the top now as it's gone through everybody and wiggled its way through. But Vietnam came. That took 20 years to fall into your lap and fill it, as people were holding stuff up and holding the world up. So I think that you can have a terrible run for the markets coming with the ripple effect of what was previous. So whatever happened in 2020 could be a direct cause and effect of what's happening now. That butterfly effect, these guys are ridiculous who think any different. Can I give you a good example of what I mean by this? Like the ripple effects and what it could be? There's a company out here that just recently went and sold itself and got bought out by David Ellison, Paramount. Okay, Paramount movie company and streaming and everything they do. That company, Paramount, loses $300 to $400 a quarter. I don't know if I'm $200 million a quarter. Is that something like that? I'm just ballparking the number. They lose a lot of money quarterly, annually. They're not a profitable business. They operate at a loss. So him now being the new operator and the new buyer, boom, they're losing 200, 300 bucks, 300 million a quarter. They're buying Warner Brothers and Discovery for $111 billion. So a company that already loses 300 million is buying a company that loses 500 million a quarter, a year. I don't even know how much. It's got to be a godly amount of money these companies lose, but it's a good deal. One only loses 200 million. The other one loses 500 million. Don't worry. 110 billion, 111 billion. That sounds like a good deal. I don't know why anybody would doubt this thing. It sounds like a great deal, to be honest. Yeah. Because, I'd be lying to you if I told you otherwise. OpenAI does a valuation of $730 billion, raises $110 billion off of that. And who are the investors? NVIDIA, right? I mean, you can ask yourself who they were, but it was like that. SoftBank, they were another investor in there. Microsoft didn't come around this time, but think about it. They're getting a bigger piece of the pie, or they're overpaying for the pie. Who keeps this party going? Because last I checked, Meta did a deal with AMD, and then Meta turned around and did a deal with Google for design on chips. You tell me why you're not doing it yourself, Meta? Because you lost all your people? Because they all quit? I mean, why is Google the go-to right now? This is all really happening, guys. All really happening now that you're all invested. Now, we got big things to look forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow, we have earnings from a couple of retail companies. And I always say realtor, because it's always retailer is the word I've always wanted to say. But I don't know why my mind works like a damn real estate guy, because I'm always around real estate people. But the big retailer is the word that I've always tried to say. They're going to be Target, Best Buy, AutoZone, and there's one more earnings that are happening on Tuesday. But it's Target, Best Buy, AutoZone, and not TJ, Ross. That's all tomorrow. Their earnings come out tomorrow. I'll learn a lot about what they have going on. On Wednesday, it's Abercrombie & Fitch. You know how I feel about it. I think it's nonsense. And then Thursday, of course, the Mac Daddy of them all, Costco, earnings report coming out. So those are the things I look for. In addition, all the headlines for the credit risk. So I'm going to be following retail this whole month, try to give me indicators of what I see. I did see the private company called Stripe get a valuation of $159 billion. Guys, don't ever discount Stripe. I think it's the up and coming one because everybody uses them, including GameStop. But why wouldn't you? But the euphoria of AI or the trendiness of AI, it eventually is going to wear off on everybody. You have AI euphoria. You have high prices for assets, and then you have credit redemptions. This is a recipe for disaster. This is exactly what it is. Overpaying for assets, euphoria, and the mania of the markets itself, thinking everything's a safe investment. You could lose nothing if it has AI attached to it, and then you have the redemption. So this is a recession waiting to happen. This is a crash waiting to happen. We've been calling it this. But the other indicator that's a huge thing to me, I live in the state of California. A lot of you guys don't live in California, but if you did, you'd understand this. There are homes in California that are not being sold, they're being inherited. And it's a lot larger rate than what's happening in America. In America, about 8.8% of all homes are an inheritance. In California, it's 20% because there's a special non-tax that you pay for those capital gains if it's inherited versus when it's sold. So no one's taking profit. The point is, no one's getting revaluated when it comes to their home. Yes, they might have bought it for $100,000. It's now worth $2 million. Because of where you're located and the population increase, whatever it may be. But everyone's inheriting homes at the greatest rate that it's ever happened. Meaning what? There's not deals being done. Previously, there would be deals being done everywhere. People would try to, migrate in versus migrating out. So I look for all the signs. I try to get all the data in the world that I can. But that's where I'm at. I'm going to read your questions in a minute, Anthony. Just give me a second. Besides his amazing music, he puts out some great pieces, education. Yeah, Burton, I saw it. Trove sent me a piece that he wrote. It's like 50-minute read. I don't know. I got to get AI to read it to me because I'm busy. I'm busy, guys. I'm level 70 and wow. I'm out here getting all the grind. I got a raid done next week. I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm ready to do this damn thing. That's it. Now, I will tell you this. Topgolf, you're on my list, Topgolf. Topgolf just got a new CEO. Let's go see if I can find him. I don't know his name. It was like McKilpins or something. Top Golf CEO. New. Right here, David McKilps. Okay, now watch it. This is why I have a problem with it. Just so that we're playing the card, okay? David here, Topgolf, new company, whatever it may be, just hired this guy who's in the industry of family entertainment. Anybody know where he came from? Chuck E. Cheese. He's the president and CEO of Chuck E. Cheese. I can go further. Before that, he's with Six Flags Magic Mountain. Does that make sense to you guys? It should, if you're dealing with the private equity angle that I'm dealing with. So I'm going to go ahead and do more. I might even do a whole connect the dots piece on Topgolf. I'm going to come out with my declaration of what I think it is. But it's time for the Q&A section of the shop. If you guys want to come into the show, you got to type it into the chat if you want to get in. I'm not in the mood to take calls right now or interview or do any of that. No mental jousting for me tonight. I have things going on. I have wild raids to do, and I got stuff like that. So, but let's see what it says here. The first question that I'm going to read is coming from Anthony. Anthony's one of my favorite subscribers to the show. Him and his family. Shout out to little AJ and Leanna and his wife Tara, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to remember everybody. Hey, Marantz, this war worries me. It will be a major impact to the economy, U.S. security. Fam's in right now. We know we are going. We're going on in ME. What do you think is the best worst case scenario for economy and GME next few weeks? This war is a little different. If you guys are not familiar with what happened, without saying names and without showing special interest groups any more attention than needed, there was a supreme leader that was assassinated and killed and murdered and targeted in Iran. And there's a lot of pros and a whole lot of cons to it. But what do we mean by supreme leader? This is not a president. This is not a prime minister. This is a spiritual leader to the religion. Meaning, you want to kill the Pope? This is the equivalent. Absolutely the equivalent. For their religion, for their area, for what they believe in, that's exactly what was done. And I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. That's not the way I operate. I don't have a dog in that fight. I don't, and that's only because I choose to live in America. Everywhere you live is a choice for you, and I'm protected by the laws and the commandments that I was raised with. I'm a servant. I'm just a steward, right? Like, God has 10 commandments. America has amendments to the Constitution, and we try to follow all of those and see what matters most to us, and just be upstanding citizens. So, one, let's talk about the impact of killing a spiritual leader. That's bigger than an assassination on a president. I just want you to know that, because people hold religion much more close than their political identity. That's the first thing. This is why the world is run via certain religions. Second, with this being a financial impact to us in the economy, that's trivial to me, Anthony. The gasoline going up in price, my truck holds 15 gallons. If it goes up $1, I lose $15 on gas. That's not going to make or break my world. We have enough oil in America that we don't need any outside influence of oil. These are contracts that have been negotiated via the government. I'll give you this point, an example for you. If you saw the sell-off on Friday of the market, that's bullshit. The sell-off of the market that happened on Friday was orchestrated. It was planned, i.e. people knew what was happening the following day. Somebody gave the heads up. And why would you give the heads up? Because you knew the impact it would have on the financial markets, what it could have been. It was limited withdrawal. Why? Because they did it the day before. People got a heads up on this one. So when you find out so-and-so attacked so-and-so, and this is the way it was all done, the markets match that news. I already knew it. I was upset. It happened on Friday night, and I get the phone call from Almo, and he tells me, and I'm driving to the club, and I'm with my wife, and I'm cussing. I'm just like, these mother effers knew it, man. They knew it was coming. They knew they were going to do this. How do you know that? Because look at the sell-off on Friday. It's not a coincidence, guys. I don't play the game of coincidences. I play the game of an orchestrated timepiece or of a Mother Goose rhyme. Like, you literally know what's going to happen. It's just all a script at this point, but not to the nuance of, hey, you know what? This is scripted line by line. It's not that. It's here's the reaction, and here's the reaction that we're going to print and publish. Because whether it's the true outcome or not, you'll never know, because the public won't ever tell you. The outcry for things will never be public. That's domestically too. There could be some I don't know, some crime happen in the South, but if it doesn't narrate, if it doesn't follow the narrative that they're pushing at them, you'll never hear about it. It gets pushed out to the backside. That's why this channel's so valuable. That's why media is so valuable, done independently by us, the people. When we get to report on things and we get to do it early, come on, I show you private equity. I show you everything that's happening to these companies well before it gets announced. I came up with this idea for GameStop and eBay. Now it's on the forefront 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, and then everybody's, of course it was going to be this easy, and this is what's announced. Of course Marantz calls out the bankruptcies of these companies. They're bad, they're bad. No one else does. No one else does. So no one's going to put their name on it either. That's the other thing. Don't do this and say, hi, I'm Marantz Rico. I said these things. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of anyone. That's not how I live my life. God will provide. I will figure it out. I am living proof. Go look at it. Go look at the things that I've had to go through to get you guys the truth about Epstein files, about Charlie Kirk, about investing with GameStop. You go and look at the correlation between truth and not, and what I had to go through to get it to you. And whether all these guys want to believe something or not, that's on them. All the naysayers, I don't give a shit. Guess where they're going to be in 10 years? Guess where they're going to be in 5 years? Be right here in front of the tube going, oh my God, he was right. Yeah, we know. We know what it was. It's the same story. Planes don't burn down buildings. Right? The flu doesn't kill billions of people or put them trapped in their houses so that we can't earn a money, or the economy doesn't get shriveled up, or supply chain shortage issues aren't affected. There's so many things. But when you live it and you see it, you get to talk about it, whether you have it or not, whether you have that in you or not. I'm not afraid of the economy crash. I'm not afraid of the impact it has on me. Anthony, as a man, there is nothing outside of my home that's going to affect the well-being of my people. I'm a man of faith. I will pray on it. I will figure it out. And when it comes out in your favor and it all balances itself out, you still got to wake up every day and you still got to perform. I had this conversation with my wife and my son this morning. Every day I'm up 4:30, 5 o'clock. Whether I want to be or not, I'm up because that's my job. My job is to be the leader of this family. I don't give a shit what's happening across the world. I care about this home first. Make my home better, and it makes everyone's homes better. This is what you do. You raise your offspring to be productive citizens. Everyone becomes productive. Take care of the things in front of you, the things you can control. That's my first calling. But it's a great question. And what I think the worst case scenario is, obviously the worst case scenario is war. The best case scenario, GameStop announces something that they have to dwarf that noise, and they have to marginalize it, minimalize it, and push it down the wire, because everything's FTDing and there's a short squeeze upon you. The market's popping and crumbling. And people are upside down. And all of that's happening while what? Bombs over Baghdad. Thanks. President Trump helped work it out with the Netflix deeming to have a chance. Yeah, we saw what was assumed and what was said. And what I'm telling you is, Todd, is I'd rather them give each other the money to losing companies that don't know how to run themselves than Netflix ever get involved. I think today was a huge bull trap, Marantz. Retail has been the biggest buyer of NVIDIA, and institutions are net selling. They will learn about holding back soon. Oh, yeah. But that's been the market for the whole past year. Good evening, Marantz. I just received the coffee mug and sweatshirt that I ordered from you last week. Both were awesome. Welcome, bro. The merch shop. I just want to give a special shout out to all my merch guys who buy the Marantz Rantz merch. I made $27 last month. That's right, baby. Post it in the Discord. Show them the receipts, babe. We did it. Woo! Woo! They don't know my life, bro. We just do our best, man, to provide. Well said, Marantz. You've pretty much nailed the way. I don't know what that word is, but I don't want to say all that. The shot. Yeah, no, I won't say religious names out loud here. Our feeling around the world. Was it worth it? And who does this benefit? Strange times. Correct. I think my phone is listening in. Just sent me an article. Donald Trump sends 2,000 rebate checks commitment email. Yeah, just to get people's mind off of everything. Respect Marantz. He understands what that means. Yeah, I do understand what it means. Thank you. That's reports people who knew the attack was going to happen were discussing it in public restaurants. That's the narrative, at least. Telling you. Nothing surprises me anymore. One, the world can't keep their mouth shut about anything. And two, people talk. You know why the moon landing was what it was? Because the internet didn't exist. That's why. It exists now. You better be good at what you do. Burden all devices are listening to and watching your TV, your computer, your phone, anything that has a camera and anything that has a microphone. Good. I hope they see me butt naked playing WoW. Keep doing your thing, big homie. I try. Carlitos, I try. Yeah, everybody. Continue telling the truth. Amen. 100% what you can't control. Agreed, Marantz right there. Killing it. Yeah, man. Thanks, guys. So let's kill it a different way, though. Let's get back to what we were doing before we even check out for the day. You know, this is just I do this 1 hour a day. Just come in, give you the truth. You guys get it. You slam it, and you feel good about it. GameStop, best investment. The whole world doesn't know about it. They'll figure it out. GameStop has over $9 billion cash and marketable securities and Bitcoin, whatever it may be. But that $9 billion is creating interest of over $360 million a year. That's a healthy amount. Their ops are going to go ahead and build back another 200 to 300 million. So they're making about $600 million. Adjusted EBITDA, however you want to call it, but those one-time expenses are going to be gone. They're operating at the highest level. They're making more dollars per man hour, more dollars per square foot. They're doing everything right as a company. Now, the caveat as in, or the added value, yes, they might be the most manipulated stock out there. Ryan Cohen might just have a $100 billion deal on the table, and you might just miss out on the greatest opportunity that you've ever been given. In my lifetime, we had so many things in front of us that you could have became millionaires and billionaires, whether it was buying Bitcoin when everyone was talking about the Winklevoss twins back in 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. Do you remember? You missed out on that. And or collecting Pokemon cards since you were 20, 21, 22, the year 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004. You could have collected those cards and they'd be worth thousands, if not thousands and thousands. You'd be a millionaire too again. So how many opportunities you guys want to miss out on? How much do you guys want to do here? Or do you want to roll with me? This is our one opportunity. This is our one shot to seize everything we ever wanted. Is that what we want to do? It's called GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. Maybe we're wrong, right? I'd like to think it's not possible. Because I've done the due diligence, I've done all the math, I did all the work, I did everything no one's willing to do, because it's not an easy fight. Build your own platform, build it in silence, build it in doubt, build it when everyone counts you out. That's okay. It's okay 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. Whenever it happens, the tide's going to turn, and it's going to be fast. And hopefully you're in a position to say it was you. Tell your folks and friends, you know what it is. Marantz Rantz, connect the dots. Marantz Rantz, plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. Marantz Rantz, GameStop, can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. I'm going to see you around, millionaires. Peace. Something like that. Get at me.